If you really, really want it, yeah, all you gotta do is get up on the heels out. You know what I'm talking about. You know what's going on. And the heels out. All I want is for you. You to comment down below, will you? For you I'll make a sacrifice. So basically, I'm just here to talk about things. I have not spoken to anyone. This is just my own viewpoint, my own questions, my own scenario. Now, we're going to get into it, and this is what we're going to do. So it finally came to the point where, what is his name? LeCarson is finally moving out of the house with Nicole. And of course, I feel like they were ex-and roommates together and that they had a special bond. And he definitely was helped out by Nicole because, he was trying to venture to Houston, and that was one safe place that he was able to go to make it to Houston. Now he is moving out into his own place. He's about to run a marathon. And for a moment, it looked like him and Dalvin were on the outs, especially about their relationship. And we was wondering where that was going. But a lot has been happening, and they are linking back up, him and Dalvin, right? Now, I will say this. Niccole, of course, has admitted that she is very much interested in talking to another man that's one of her exes from the past, and that they are kind of talking. So, I guess that can be said to where it can be interpreted that LeCarson and her could be really friends. However, I feel like in the future, if they ever decided to take that to another level, it may be, on a different level. And I'm just going to say that. I feel like their chemistry was kind of unmatched. It was a good fit together. Like, they understood each other. They were able to live together, which some people can't say that. And they were good for each other. I really think they helped build each other up. And so much so it got people talking and speculating, namely myself. And in the midst of that, I feel like Dalvin and him separated in their friendship. Now, if you notice, him and Dalvin really haven't been on many videos together, even though Dalvin did supposedly listen with the car, even though I don't see him driving the car, because he was a part of Dalvin's crew. Dalvin didn't post that same video about giving anybody a car. So Dalvin hasn't posted any videos with LeCarson recently. Now, I think I have seen LeCarson on Dalvin's story. So that's a little shady. That's a little techie, but I can't blame Dalvin, honestly, because when you think about your ex and your friend linking up, it is weird. But I will say this, because I have been in a situation to where I just had feelings for somebody and I couldn't explain it, and it just happened. And like, I probably would have went through whatever just to get to that person, but then too, I guess intimacy had a lot to do when you cross lines. I don't think Nicole and LeCarson have passed any lines, but just cool friends. I will say that. So I don't feel like nobody has to worry about that situation. But I really feel like LeCarson really moved out to save his name and his friendship with Dalvin, because it just got further apart, like it was separated. And Dalvin has more pull and leverage than even Niccole of Course and anybody else that I feel like LeCarson or Niccole of Course really knows. So, yeah, speaking of that, Dalvin is thinking about doing a Glocky channel, Which I feel like do whatever you want to do. Like, people are going to follow you for your personality and you, not so much of what you put on. You know, it's about what you bring to the table. But I had no idea that Davin was into that kind of thing. And finding that out definitely would make me stay on my P's and my Q's with messing with him, because B-Love said he likes ammo. And he even mentioned that he was thinking about becoming an officer. Like, he loves playing with those kind of tools and equipment for fun. And I had no idea that Dalvin got down like that. So I definitely would be interested in finding more about that, because he's just the last person that I would think that's into that kind of thing. So, yeah, I'm a little scared and nervous to play with him. You know what I'm saying? So, anyway, LeCarson has been hanging out with Dalvin, but they have not been filming together. Now, I don't know if he thought that they would be filming again after him moving out, but I don't know. Did you think that Dalvin gave him automative? Like, man, it's no way I'm doing any videos with you and you're still living with my ex. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can see him saying that, and I can't even blame him if he did say that. But, like, LeCarson is doing all that for Dalvin moving out when you know that, like, y'all had a good chemistry together, like, y'all was really vibing, meaning LeCarson and Niccole, of course. Not saying they had anything going on, but they had a really good vibe, meaning that I feel like if he wanted to stay longer, I feel like she would have just been cool with it. You know, I can really see her say, you need to leave now. You know what I'm saying? And plus, when you are a roommate with somebody, because a lot of relationships even do that. They're roommates thinking they're in a whole relationship, but really they're in a relationship because somebody want to go half with them, basically, on everything. So the fact that they're just friends and they're cool and they're going half on everything, cutting their bills in half, that helps them just overall, because as you know, LeCarson definitely would seem like he was doing other jobs and stuff like that, and it's like that. So his time was a little, you know, risky. Like, he was... He even gave a clip about he almost got. Like, that's so crazy. That's so crazy. Anyway, I don't know. I can't even. That's crazy. He was on his job and some suspicious stuff was going on. Like, wow. So anyway, I don't know how cool that Dalvin and LeCarson can ever be after this. So if he's doing the move for Dalvin, I don't know. Because I feel like Dalvin wanted him to move out from the beginning. He didn't want him to move in from the beginning. And he questioned their situation from the beginning. So it would only be right for him to do everything he can or say to get him to move out. So now that LeCarson is moved out, do you think that him and Dalvin's relationship will be salvageable? Comment down below. I want to know what you think. To be honest, I think like their relationship will only be on a surface level, because I feel like Dalvin is going to always feel a little bit jaded, even though I don't think that him and Niccole, of course, engage in anything. I just feel like he's not going to ever be able to understand why a friend would consider moving in with his girl. And you know how it is when you move in with somebody. People are going to be lackadaisical. People are going to be cool when they're roaming around their house. You know what I'm saying? If that makes any sense. And you have the opportunity to eat together, watch movies together, bond together, and then y'all going out and doing videos together. Like, I don't think Dalvin will ever forget that. I feel like he'll be cool with LeCarson. He may do a video or two with him. But I don't think they're going to, like, be back on that level that they are at. So, if he did succeed in getting LeCarson to move on from Niccole, of course, and he's not really going to be that invested, like, is it worth it, LeCarson? I mean, would you have rather have stayed with Niccole, knowing that your relationship with Dalvin possibly could never be the same? Or do you think it is? Because, I mean, I'm a person, I can go hang out with a person, I love a person on the phone, you know what I'm saying? But I'm going to watch what you do to me. And if you moving funny or you moving janky, I'm going to socialize with you, but in the back of my mind, I'm not going to forget certain things. Because Dalvin actually questioned LeCarson a couple times, because LeCarson has said a couple things that were very sus, if I can say, as far as possibly being somewhat attracted to Nicole. If you remember, he said something about when they were doing a prank that he just wanted to maybe do a physical situation. He didn't say nothing about a relationship. He just said something about physical. But at the same time, y'all have a relationship on camera. So the physical part will definitely take it to another level. You know what I'm saying? Like, you may not admit to you wanted anything, but y'all definitely have some kind of connection. And I feel like he has flirted and she has flirted at some point. But at the same time, I think they kept their boundaries up for the sake of Dalvin and for everybody talking and for what everybody would think. And I feel like they have moved on to other people. But who's to say that him and Dalvin's relationship won't work and they end up crossing paths in the future? Who knows? But I don't think the fact of Dalvin feeling uncomfortable and you trying to build a relationship with Dalvin should be the reason that you just leave a good situation or a good home or even a possible relationship if it goes there just for your homeboy or for your perception of people, because at the end of the day, nobody's going to have your back. Nobody's going to be there for you when you're trying to figure these things out called life. You know, when you needed a place to stay or you were trying to move here, nobody else offered you a place to stay but Nicole. You know what I'm saying? Like, they may have after the fact, but that was after the fact. Like, Nicole needed a roommate. Y'all linked up. It made it happen. You know what I'm saying? So you just can't forget the people that help you out in certain situations. But at the same time, are you going to miss each other? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you can go on. It's easy to move on with somebody. But if you have feelings with somebody, even if it's a friend, deep friendship with somebody or deep feelings with somebody, you can always have them in the back of your mind, wondering what they're doing, what they're up to, wondering if they're good, wondering if they're being treated right by the person that they're with, you know. And the damage to me, like I said, is done. If you feel like no damage has been done or no lines has been crossed, let me know. Now, I don't think it was anything intentional. I feel like their relationship and their chemistry was just genuine and it's just nothing they could do about it, to be honest. Because sometimes you just like, oh, wow, you're a cool person. I never knew. Just like with Dalvin being obsessed with like bullets and all that stuff, like I just never knew. Sometimes people just surprise you and you're like, oh, wow, I wish I would have known that sooner. Let me know. Yo, that's really crazy though, but I really want to know, honestly, how you feel about the situation or anything I said today. So let me know. Let me know. Yo. Why you gonna do me like that? DK his out, we out. DK his out, we out. Why you gonna do me like that? Gotta go right now. Gotta go right now. When the party's they lit. It's hard to leave, hard to leave his out. Gotta leave his out. Stay up, stay lit. You a vibe right now. You a vibe right now. Don't have to go home, but you gotta get the heck on out the door. Gotta get the home heck on out the door. Until next time I see you, let's go.